Hi, this is Rebecca Tryon with Off-White Living. Thanks for joining me today. This is your 5-minute workplace wellness coaching tip for the week. No matter how busy you are at work, no matter what you have going on, hopefully you have 5 minutes to think about making your work week the best that's possible. If you're under the impression that the workplace is a difficult place to participate in healthy activities like eat well or exercise, I really encourage you to reframe that. And I'm here to give you some tips on how to do that. And I want to talk about something called the 3 Ps. The 3 Ps are prioritizing yourself, planning for wellness, and then preparing once you've planned. So in order for you to make your workplace a healthy environment, you have to prioritize your own well-being in the workplace. Oftentimes it's really easy to let the work itself be the top priority, but you forget that you yourself have to be well in order to actually do that work. And it really doesn't have to take a tremendous amount of time to prioritize yourself in your workday. It can be the smallest little steps that I'm going to show you a few of momentarily. But first of all, you need to sit and imagine that you are the most important person in your job, because your well-being is going to extrapolate into the work that you do and how well it's done. So ask yourself, have you been prioritizing yourself? Have you been making time for your needs to be met in the workday? Have you been asking for boundaries to be set? Have you been making your specific physical work environment actually work for you and your needs? And if not, why is that? Why is it that you have put yourself last and put everything else first? That can be a really big question, so it's something you need to think about. But once you've said, okay, I really want to prioritize myself and make my workplace actually fit into my wellness goals, then you need to start doing a little bit of planning. So the planning is looking at, okay, what is my workday like? What is my work environment like? And what do I need to do in order to make some simple changes? So I'm going to give you some examples of what I mean by that. For instance, for me, I work out of the home 5 days a week. So for me, planning means including healthy food in my workday. So that means before I show up at work, before Monday morning comes and I'm ready for the work week, I need to have planned ahead for what food I'm going to bring to work. It doesn't really take that much more time, but when I grocery shop on the weekend, I think about what foods I might want to bring in. For instance, I'm always bringing things like hard-boiled eggs that I make in 2 to 3 batches so that I have enough for a few days. I always have at my desk a little fruit basket so that when I get hungry in the afternoon, I have something to go to. I always make sure that I've got my water bottle right here, and I do things like this so that I can prepare, I can plan ahead for what I want my week to look like, especially food-wise. And this helps me avoid overeating when I get home, so I'm not totally stressed and exhausted. It helps me feel good and confident about the choices I'm making, so that that confidence is going to beget more confidence about eating well. And I'm also eating things that make me feel really good so I can actually do my job well. When I'm eating too much carbohydrate or sugar, which is, my go-to when I'm hungry and stressed, then I'm not going to do my job well. I'm not going to be a happy person, and then I'm just going to continue making poor choices and maybe not exercise when I get home, or maybe be grouchy to my husband, or just keep wanting to eat carbohydrates, and then pretty soon I'm in a little bit of a cycle. Planning can also be looking at how you can integrate exercise into your workday. It might mean having to bring something in like your running shoes so that you can go for a walk, or maybe even a jog, depending on your environment. But you have to look at your week and say, when can I do this? What do I need to have available to me so that it's easy? It's got to be easy, otherwise it's going to be really difficult to do. And that easy only comes when you plan ahead. So maybe a strategy could be Sunday night, look at your week and think about when would be a good day to bring in some healthy foods for lunches and snacks, what days you might be able to get in some physical activity if that's a time of day that would work for you, and maybe what else do you need to do? What do you have to do the laundry so that your workout clothes are ready to go? Do you have to go to the grocery store so that Monday morning you don't show up to work empty-handed and kind of let the whim of the day dictate what you eat or do? It can be really difficult to stay with your goals if that's the case. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about is preparation. And preparation really goes in with planning. So once you've planned, you have to prepare. You've got to take some action. So preparation for me is things like hard boiling these eggs. I've got to spend some time on Sunday night actually doing it. I've got to look around for my workout shoes if I want to bring them into the office. I've got to maybe, contact my friend at work and say, hey, this week we're going to walk at Wednesday at lunch, or I'm going to put some time on my calendar that's dedicated to this is my lunch break and I'm going to do this, that, or the other activity. There's got to be some action steps. It can't just all stay up here, otherwise nothing really changes. And the exciting thing is that the more you do this, the more you start to prioritize yourself, and it becomes second nature, and it no longer feels like a big effort to make yourself a priority in the workplace. All of a sudden, it's easy for you. You just know that when you get up in the morning, you've got your lunch ready, you bring it to work, or you've got some healthy food available for you, or you just know that you're going to keep refilling your water bottle because every time it's empty, you know you want to get more. It just is second nature, and then people also adapt around you. So that's all I want to say today, is that recapping that we talked about workplace wellness, and we talk about prioritizing yourself first. You've got to make sure that you matter in your workday, which you do. You've got to do some planning. What is that going to look like? What preparations need to happen? And then do those preparations. 3 simple things that you can do to make your workday better, make your life better, and then make your wellness goals work into your life. So this is Rebecca Tryon with Off-White Living. I hope you have a great, healthy day, and we'll see you soon.